that mid-street. We'll see who gets the, I guess, more of the favorable spawns to kick things off. I believe it's going to be Envy to start off.
Let's have a little bit of a quick conversation then about this series. So obviously we know FaZe, you know, they're leading this one 2-0. Who is it for Envious though that's just not doing it for you? Who needs to turn up? What's going to change this whole Envious?
Well, I mean, Kappa 1-7. He's
Yeah.
your leader. He's your veteran. He's the back-to-back champs victor. But he's not usually the guy that's going to be the lead slayer. But when he's not, he certainly needs to be leading the team. And he's the guy who has to turn them around now when they are 0-2. But if I want to put my spot, I mean, your guys that kind of explode for me in this game so far, like Slasher, we talked a lot about last year. But I think for me, it's more been kind of that duo of Apathy and John with the pace of this game. They're the ones that crush. Apathy started a little bit slow in the game, didn't have as much practice time early on, but he was a god in Atlanta. I mean, when we were talking about the possible MVPs, it was Apathy, Gunless, Formal, names that come to mind that we sort of were highlighting because statistically they were just insane. Apathy has to be that guy. I mean, he has to crush right now for them to really hang with a team like FaZe who has so many excellent players. So eyes will be on Apathy in this, and on the other side, I'm going to keep talking about Enable just because he's having one hell of a series.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, FaZe's team, Enable stands out, of course, but it's even difficult to pick between those three players. You take a look at Clayster, what he was doing in the last Search and Destroy as well. Started off 5-0, I think he did. He was able to get himself streaks and the FTL straight off.
Clay got another kill. I think he ended like 5-3 or something. He started out really hot, and then it was Enable that erupted over the second half.
Well, when you have a player like Enable just literally decimated through.
Yeah, it was all Clayster early, all Enable late, but they are getting ready to load into the game. And yeah, it is going to be precinct here. And
you know what though, Maven?
I think Envy will be strong side to kick things off.
I'll say, Maven, I wouldn't put it past Envious doing some sort of crazy reverse sweep with this one. They are definitely capable of bringing games like this back, and especially starting off with this uplink. So it's interesting to see where this one goes, but I think we can both agree we've got FaZe for this one.
All right. Speaking of Apathy, I'm going to kick things off with him. Looking for him to do the hot hand early on. And they will be pushing towards that ticket mid-street. They need to put a lot of points on the board. I mean, you're 6 or more. I'm thinking they have to get up in order to have a chance in this once we flip. But we will kick off with Apathy. See how they look on the break. Everybody heading towards lobby. A big kind of 2-on-2 battle here at mid. They're able to get across little to no push. It's because attachments are coming from behind. They aren't prepared for it all as he pushes Cherry Blossom, and now it means Zuma's got control. And this may be early points. Take a look where the spawn comes in. They do spawn right on. There's 2 of them that get a favorable spawn 4. They can get pushed out. Give you one more rotation to kill here, which they're able to do, and you may see a 4-player.
We talked a lot as well about the side that you see FaZe pushing here. You know, it can be difficult sometimes once you kill a wave of players. They spawn immediately underneath their portal. You have to kill another wave really before you can convert points. The fact that we see FaZe coming out in this one and being able to pick up the first point is massive for them. They're going to get the ball rolling in this one, but it's Envious that are going to ball resetters. They're going to chuck it out towards that side, trying to push out, but Clayster's going to be on the top of the staircase with the MV4, making sure nobody can come out of there whatsoever. Apathy will find a kill though with the nade. Now surely can apply some pressure to FaZe, allow his team to push up with the ball. It's going to be number 8 and Slasher, but then Zuma once again with the 2Ps is going to stop any push from Envious.
And these will be all important gunfights here around Parks and top into Ticket Booth. If FaZe can continue to hold this, it's going to be a very, very scary game for Envy. All it takes is a moment of control, though. If Envy's able to fight into Ticket, they can turn the tide in their favor very, very quickly. J-Cap picking up a 2-piece. That's 3 kills coming in. Enable wisely backtracking here as he's the only one up. Can't afford to die and give up control. Or a long stint of control here for Envious. As now the fight, let's get back to the Ticket as the fight continues. Well, that's attached, shutting it down.
Well, there's a touch with the right hook because he just takes down Slasher. J-Cap led quite well on that one. I think he picked up a 3-piece in the base, then began to push up. But as soon as Enable backed up, played so smart, found the kill on J-Cap, and so far it's been some great base defense after getting the first point on the board from FaZe. You take a look at the scoreboard as well. Zuma, we've seen picking up a few kills. Enable once again, you know, a player that you highlighted throughout this series is having another great game. And Clayster this time though is falling behind, but they've got the lead. There's a lot of the game still to go. Attach again on the top of this staircase. Nobody from Envious has been able to push through Tickets whatsoever.
Yeah, if you can hold this staircase and hold that front window to the right of him, I mean, you just can't really do anything if you're Envy. Yes, you can push that mid-street street, get one-pointers occasionally.
Beyond me, surely that's one of the hardest pushes for in an uplink port I've seen down that street, and Clayster makes it look easy. Anyway, number 5 is the person I'm paying attention to. It's Jacob, who's managed to sneak through the mid street. Ain't going to find the 2-piece though, because he's able to find a 2-piece of his own instead. And then Zuma has managed to pick up some ball control here. Eventually looks like he might wrap this towards the left-hand side out of Precinct, and that will be the case. He's going to have Clayster in front of him. Going to go for the one over the roof. That's a big kill for Jacob.
They tried a little bit of an alley-oop there. Just catch that pass, get vertical, and toss it over the top. The shot of the building, not the easiest one to hit in the game, but if you line it up properly, you can get the deep one-pointer through. The attempt, though, to no avail.
This looks good for Envy, though.
Yeah, this is where you have to get John. Nice position there as he's going to go prone, drop shot, and find one, and now get position to drop back alley. There's another big kill.
That's
There
what
should
they
be
needed.
a dunk coming through, and they push the spawns out. Now, who's back at mid-map? This is important. So it's going to be JCap. JCap has got to win one gunfight and get the drone out. Actually, he doesn't even have to because his teammates wrap back to mid-map to push the spawn. So it's all going to be on John and Cap now to do this. John found one. He's covering this back alley. Sees him mid-street. Looking to at least push them. So JCap keeps coming through, and there's the second dunk. Just like that. That's what happens. You get control.
Crazy.
If you get control of a ticket, you can put points up in a hurry. It's a 3-0 lead for FaZe that evaporates in the span of 30 seconds.
Yeah, that is just how crazy uplink can change in the matter of seconds. Envious are able to push on. I mean, that goes down to John. John, you know, found the big kill on top ticket, then finds the 2-piece and stays alive long enough to allow his teammates to come around and get the second dunk in as well. So fantastic plays from John. With 25 seconds remaining, I wonder if we'll see any more points go on the board. At this point, though, it's going to be Zuma versus Jake. Have a big gunfight here. Zuma will just juke him out. Fantastic movement there coming in. Can the FaZe convert any points though? The ball will be set back to the middle. We've got 15 seconds remaining. Zuma does find a kill and slasher. If he can push up a little bit further forward here, maybe find a 2-piece, at least a 1-point throw could possibly come in. Clayster will hit the wall run. Could be an interception though. John goes up, and fantastic plays. In that last minute, John played amazing. He finds the interception there, and 2-piece to convert points for Envy.
John, the all-around MVP for Black Ops 3. You see doing it there on offense, on defense. He clears it and finds the final kill. So now if you're Envy, you basically have to play perfect Call of Duty here, because I think FaZe did enough from their side, getting 3 points on the board early. Sure, you collapse for a little bit, let Envy climb back into this, but you see how quickly you're able to get control.
I think if you're envious, you need to make sure that you don't give Zuma and Touch ticket control, because if they get inside there with the movement and the capability they have in close quarter gunfights, envious could see themselves falling very, very far behind in this one. Make sure ticket control stays with envious, like we saw FaZe do. And this one, maybe envious could take, but it's going to be Slasher. He needs to guard those players off. He's finding himself a 2-piece. The third player will be there. It's Clayster. Now, Clayster does have ticket control, but he's got no support whatsoever, Maven.
Yeah, he's in a good spot, but does he find Apathy is the question. Apathy actually ended up going through Tarp, so Clay's just going to keep holding this top angle. The problem is he's not really helping his team. There he goes. Now Apathy comes back, and there he's able to find it.
Well,
Nobody has spawned. They need to get the drone and actually get to him, but John wisely grabs it and says, screw it, we're going to go for points. They're going to have a free drunk here. That's the problem. You know, Clayster's forward, they're all set up to make a play, but nobody grabs the drone. You never actually get any control, no possession to get forward. They had all the key spots covered on the map, just didn't have the drone in their hands. Is the only mistake to make there. Unfortunately, that's a crucial one.
John just stole it. He was like, no, if you're going to push up into our base, it's fine. I'll go and get a dunk on our side. But anyway, it's going to be on board with the attack. Can he do anything? No. John, once again, really has been the impact player for me basically towards the end of the first half and throughout the second half, found himself the dunk as well to put them further in the lead. But we're on board with Apathy anyway. Base defense has come in. Apathy's leading the way alongside his teammate, J-Cap. They find this kill in the right-hand corner. That player's patience is so well enabled. Could have found the 2-piece, but he is going to get spotted by Apathy, who finds himself an MP4 on the floor. But fantastic aid coming in from Clayster. The ball not really in the threatening area whatsoever yet. Maybe a 1-point throw could come in actually, as 3 players do job. Actually, never mind.
Oh, John died.
I thought for a second it was going to be a 2-point.
The dunk's still going to be there. So John gets cleaned up, but it's still Slasher, similar to what we saw kind of with the Clayster play. And there you get the dunk in. And that's what's so interesting about this map. As much as, you know, at times you watch it, you think it's so lopsided into scoring when you're pushing towards ticket. You see a team play flawlessly here, like Envy, and completely control it from the opposite side. They've got a 4-0 advantage here since the flip. And with 3 minutes left, it's looking like Envy can continue the series.
Well, looks like FaZe will get some contact with the ball. J-Cap's going to go big though. He tried to get the 2-piece. Enable will find it now. The captain gets pushed up Ticket. With the reactions from Apathy there, just snaps on an Enable fashion 2-piece. Kills Attach as well. It's going to be Clayster from mid-map though. He's found a 2-piece. Surely he'll get traded. He will. And they get closer and closer every single life, Maven, but they're just not getting close enough. Once again, the ball was left behind as well.
And the drone's stuck in this position where it can become trench warfare, and no one's able to move it forward. You see the 3-man defensive stack you have on the opposite side. That's going to be John, Apathy, and Slasher, but it's 2 drops. It's only Apathy, with Apathy finding some crucial kills here to make sure a push doesn't come back. I mean, the fact that he's the lone man and finds 2 like that, those are the type of kills that shut down any form of counterattack, allow them to get points. Right behind him as he falls is J-Cap to keep the rhythm going.
I mean, yeah, you see the slaying power coming from FaZe. They pick up 3 kills normally around that big map area, and then there's that one player that just is hidden somewhere, and he finds himself a 2-piece. So clutch players previous here is they're still leading 8-3 in this one. Here's, however, going to be in the hands of Envious once again. And look at the position Slash has found himself in. Find 1, find 2. There's 3 dead. It's all down to Clayster to see what he can do. Apathy eventually will find it. Surely the pass will come forward here for another 2 points to go on the board. They should bring the 10-point mark here. However, that's a big kill coming from Enable. Big kill from Zuma as well. Good great defense. Eventually, they get the ball out. FaZe is still in this one, Maven.
If they come back, that'll be the play that did it. I mean, you should have certainly got points there. And now this may be a shift in control. Zuma's got into a nice spot. They're pushing in towards Ticket. Finds one inside. Drone going to be in the hands of Enable. They've got another kill. Enable trying to come through. Sees his player die in front and window. Wraps the edge. Has to go for the 1-point toss. He's getting tagged up. Now, what do you have? Where you're so close to the camo. If he finds 1 or 2 kills, camo 1 more kill, and you've got a chance to take the role and play, but you're still trailing by 2 possessions with 60 seconds left, and you no longer have control of Ticket. This should be done, barring some miraculous play from FaZe.
Well, miraculous play from FaZe it will need to be. We're on board with Attach here, seeing if he can do it from Enable. At least he's going to find a big intro kill, but they're literally stacked to the ball at this point, and John somehow, with the minuscule health, is somehow managed to find Attach. He's going to find 3. If he can possibly take place on the take place, they're all flooding in. It's panic time now for FaZe as they've got to make sure they can push up. At least you've got overdrive for Attach. If they can get the ball to him, maybe they can get 2.3, but with 30 seconds remaining, there's not a lot of time left on this one, Maven.
You have overdrive, you have camo. All right, they're going to use the overdrive. This is your chance to do it, and then we'll get right over to camo with Enable.
Need a 2
if
point.
they can get the done, yeah, and they don't even have the opportunity to go for it. Missed the 1-point throw, that's done. 3 down for FaZe. Envy is able to take the uplink and extend the series here. And I think some of the analysis said they felt like this was game 5. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think Courage
mostly
did.
the analysis was Ricey just making fun of Jack, which I enjoyed immensely.
Yeah, I think Courage said game 5 for this one. So maybe you see Envious come back in this one, but you take a look at the first half point and how well we saw FaZe play it. And it did come down to 1 hill, to be honest with you, but we saw FaZe play it quite well. I don't know, maybe Envious bounced back from this one, especially in my eyes. I think one of the big turn points for me in terms of how Envious are now playing is the fact that John turned up massively towards the end of that first half, going into the second half. He played flawlessly on defense, flawlessly on offense. And I think the thing with Envious is the players respond to John's reaction. You know, when John starts to get hyped up and starts to play really well, the other players like Slasher and J-Cap responds to that. And if you take a look at the score